Hey, what's going on? Ryan Knowlton here, talking baseball like we're going to try to do every Tuesday. We are in February. It's cold outside, but we're going to warm up with some baseball talk, and we're going to talk about Mark McGuire. This is the 25th anniversary of the famous 1998 home run chase with Sammy Sosa, right? So a little backstory. I am a St. Louisan. I'm a lifelong Cardinals fan. When I was a freshman, or maybe, I guess, 1997, finishing up my eighth grade year, and Mark McGuire burst onto the scene in 1987. He hits 49 home runs. I think his son was born, so he skipped the last day of the season with a chance to be the first guy since George Foster, to hit 50. So he misses that game. I was a big baseball card guy, and that off season in 87, I went to a baseball card show at an airport near the airport in St. Louis, and I got this autograph. Mark McGuire there. My buddy that was behind me, I said, hey, I haven't put 87. So my buddy, Dan, Mark signed it and put a little 87. You weren't supposed to get anything personalized, but he put a little 87. And I would sit around. So this guy's captured my imagination. I'm a baseball nut, stats. And I sit around, in the late 80s thinking about what it would take to break the record, And I'd go through my mind, you have to hit one on opening day, and maybe you don't hit one that next day, but you hit two the next day, and then you don't hit one, and then you hit one, and then you hit two the next day. And I would actually go through my mind and get into September and what it takes, and on the last day of the season, you hit 62, right? I graduate high school. McGuire is great. I go to college. I get out of college in 1995. Tony La Russa comes over to the Cardinals in 1996. It's a good team. But at the trade deadline in 1997, the Cardinals acquire Mark McGuire. I found this up in the attic. Look how it says the first year of interleague. And it shows the teams that they'll play. Because back then you just played the teams in your division. Or you played, the teams in the Central Division for a Central Cardinal team. There's the old Busch Stadium. And I don't know, here's the lineup. So we have DeShields, Royce Clayton, McGuire, Langford, Ron Gant, Plantier, DeFelice, Bell, and Bennis. I think Bell's now the coach, David Bell of the... Look at McGuire, hit a home run in the first. Look at the arrow down, and it says 504 feet. By the way, they played the Indians with Ozzie Guillen. Actually, it's the White Sox. Ozzie Guillen, Frank Thomas, Albert Bell, Robin Ventura, right? Anyway, McGuire comes over. He hits 58 home runs in 97, combined with his length of time with the A's, and they're going into the 1998 season. And here's some newspapers I kept. McGuire hits a grand slam on opening day, right? Boom. Impact. So that's the front page. Here's the sports page. McGuire hits that on opening day. You come back into that next season, and what do you do on opening day? You hit a grand slam. 2 days later, Mighty McGuire does it again. Dramatic home run. 3-run walk-off 12th inning shot. That's the sports page. Here is the front page. Boom. Big Mac. Look at Big Mac. Look at that guy. It's incredible. I kept, at one point I had a lot more papers. This is the famous 545-foot home run. So this is in May 17th. So the Busch Stadium was a circular stadium where you know, it was a circle all the way around, and the outfield had seats all the way in the back and the center field too. He almost went to the upper deck. It hit the facade of the upper deck in center field. That had never been done before. I mean, that home run, they put a Band-Aid. They put a Band-Aid where that ball hit. August 27th. He hits his 54th home run. Right? Because that's normal. August to have 54 bombs. Some more memorabilia. Pennant. Big Mac. Big Mac. They end up calling a section of Busch Stadium Big Mac Land. They still have that at the new Busch Stadium to this day. Here's some of the magazines I collected. Big Bopper. This is the preseason Sports Illustrated. McGuire's in the preseason magazine. Here's a cool picture on the Cardinals magazine. Right? Time magazine has Ken Griffey Jr. and McGuire on it. Out of here. Because Griffey's having a run that year too. But in June of 98, Sammy Sosa hits 20 bombs. And by the All-Star break, McGuire and Sosa are a national headline story. This is Newsweek, right? More baseball magazines. McGuire on the cover. And they're calling it the Great Home Run Chase of 98. Right. September 16th. Wow. Look at that. How cool that is that? Chasing a Ghost. Roger Maris played on the 67 and 68 Cardinal team. Of course, he broke that Babe Ruth record in 61. Chasing a Ghost. And what happens, and I went to the game, and I don't have my ticket stub anymore, but McGuire ends up breaking the record. Line drive. Of all the majestic home runs that he hit, this one was just a line drive to left field. And ultimately, he breaks the record, hits 70 home runs. Unheard of. Third guy ever to 60. First guy ever to 70 in the same season. It was magical. McGuire, of course, took androstenedione, took steroids. He admitted to it. They weren't illegal at the time. It was a magnificent season. There had been a strike a couple years earlier, and this home run chase really brought fans back to the ballpark and changed baseball. It was a lot of fun. And he was a hero of mine as a child, and he ended up playing for my favorite team and doing things that were special. Every time a friend would come in town, we'd go to the game, and McGuire would hit a home run. Played till 2001, ended up playing with Pujols. Subscribe to my channel, weekly baseball stuff, lots of stuff about music. Peace out. Be good.